All right, what's up, Migo Like Geeks and Freaks? Give me a second, just got to get done here. All right, it looks like we're okay. All right, so here we go. It's Saturday, November 5th, and we haven't done a What's in the Mail in a while. It's been incredibly hectically busy here, but we're going to do What's in the Mail today because we can. What the hell's that? I don't know. All right, if you have not permitted Facebook or Restream.io to get permission to Facebook, in other words, allow you to type comments for me to see them, I won't be able to see your name. It'll just say Facebook user, and sometimes the comments won't even show up because I'm using an application. I'm not actually using Facebook Live. It's just transmitting to Facebook Live. Okay, first and foremost, one, hope everybody had a great Halloween last week. It was fantastic. We had an excellent Halloween. We're still getting stuff taken down. This house takes a month to put together or more, and probably takes another 2 weeks to get it all down. So that's number one. Two, thanks everybody who joined us for the Halloween live stream on Halloween. That was actually a lot of fun on Monday. That was great. It was really cool. Lots of nice people came out. It's been a lot of fun. I've been posting a tremendous number of let's change that. We got to fix the caption at the bottom. Oops. I guess Happy Halloween is over. So we can edit that. Let's get rid of the Happy Halloween. Been posting a tremendous amount of pages on mymigolike.com. If you haven't checked it out, there's over 190 pages total with various action figures and stuff that other people sent in. There's some costume stuff that Brian Sanchez and Rich Hurley, aka Dr. Durant, sent in. We have more pages going up. I have the entire Gem series. Sorry, I'm moving the camera, I'm getting stuff over. The whole Gem series from Tony Schwally has sent me a tremendous bio on these things. It's going to take me a little bit to put them together. It's quite large. Hopefully, Clemso's finishing up with his Steve Laventurier figures and so on, so we can add that. And got all kinds of stuff. All right. Anyway, tons of stuff going on there and more stuff coming in. So this morning, I went to Dollar Tree to pick something up that my daughter needed. And while I was there, I said, let me take a look because I heard there's new Final Faction figures coming out. There's ones that are they're kind of repaints, I guess, if you will. But I was excited to get them because it's a really, really cool collection. I think it's called the Venom edition or the Poisonous edition for the aliens, and I guess maybe the Gold edition for the good guys. So when I was there, I found this, which is just the ATV. It's the Gold edition. It looks pretty much exactly like the other one. I believe it's just molded in yellow, but I want to see what it looks like in person. I bought some extras. Gilbert Rodriguez was looking for them and having a little bit of a difficult time. Yep, kind of the same. If you could see that, it's actually gold. It's not it's kind of shiny gold, actually, like Lego gold, if you will, for the figure. And I know Gilbert's been looking for them, and it's been going around, and they haven't shown up much. I haven't seen any of the figures yet, which I believe are just repaints of the original ones, but still, for $1.25, you can't get a better bang for your buck, or bang for your buck 25, if you will. Also came across this. This is a Poisonous Edition weapons and armor for the where is it? Dun, dun. I bought extras just so I'd be able to put them together. And that is for the Rumbler, which is the alien vehicle. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Poisonous Edition Rumbler. Okay. So we have the Poisonous Edition Rumbler. Let me show you a couple things. Let's see. This one has the extra armor on it, so you can't really see. But if you take a look, the original version was molded in green right here. Or gray, I'm sorry, gray. Grayish green, I guess. And then they have the extra armor kit. The new one's in gold. The Rumbler. Oh, man. See if I could do this without knocking everything off because it's a bit of a stretch. Don't fall apart. Okay. So here's the Rumbler. It's got a figure in it. It has the extra parts for the weapons and so on. But you can see the colors. It's quite cool. Let's take a look at what the new one's going to look like. I believe it's glow in the dark, or the color of glow in the dark. I guess we're going to see. It's called the Venom edition. And okay, so it's just the color, and there it is. Very cool. I like the coloring scheme on this much better than the original. These things are lots of fun. I mean, they're dollar toys, that's for sure, but they definitely have some cool abilities. So here's the original one, and here's the new one. It's going to have the greenish wheels, if you will. And we'll put that over to the side. And then we have the weapons and armor. It's interesting because on this box, it looks like it might be glow in the dark, but it's just kind of a slime green. But when they show it on this box, it really looks glow in the dark. So let's see what that looks like. This is weapons, and yeah, these are new weapons and stuff. They're basically repaints and different colors of the stuff. I like how this one really looks like it's clear and glow in the dark, but that's not really what it looks like. That might have been a prototype, but definitely cool. Let's see if it glows in the dark. I don't know if it will or won't. Maybe Gilbert can let me know. We'll find out. What's up, Gilbert? How are you? So, Gilbert, I got you one of each of these. I got you this. I got you the Venom Rumbler, and then I bought you one of these. I don't know if you got them yet. If you get them, you don't need them. That's fine. But if you need them, I'll send them down to you, bro. I know you were looking for some, and I haven't seen the other stuff yet. Just that, and they're cool. But like I said, on this box, it looks glow in the dark. It's kind of see-through plastic. It's glow in the dark, but when you actually get it, it's really just a kind of a green. I don't know if it glows or not. I guess we'll find out. All right, so that's my Final Faction pickups for today. And Gilbert, I'll put them in the box with the stuff that you won. For those of you who did win from the Halloween show, lots of Tony May customs and action figures, getting them all packed up. It's been a really busy week. Sorry, I have not been able to finish that. I'm getting them packed up for you guys. Hopefully get them out today or tomorrow. If the post office is open, they have a 24-hour machine if it works, because it's broken 90% of the time. But if it's working, I'll get in the mail for you. If not, I'll get out to you as soon as I can next week. All right, let's get started what we got here. This actually comes, turns out that this actually came from another member of Mego Like, who I knew before. And when I bid on his auction, I had no idea that was him. So now I know how to find you on eBay, Mr. Chris. This is Mr. Chris Simmons. And Chris is one of the most, what's the right word, premier collectors of Tomlin action figures. He has had more of a complete collection, not only in the 8-inch, but in the smaller 3.5-inch, I guess they are, 4-inch, than anybody I've ever met. And he has a hell of a collection. And so one of the things I asked Chris about, if we can get the time together here, is I'd love to bring Chris on alive and just have a chat with him about his collecting and, you know, how he got started and what he loves about Tomlins and so on. So this is not a complete figure, but the figure is so ridiculously rare and hard to get these days. I just had to get it. I had to get it, even though it doesn't have its outfit. The figure itself is badass, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so this is Yick, and he has basically, his brain is exposed on his head. He has these kind of pointy ears on the side. I don't know if you guys can see them. He has these pointy ears here. You better look at those. Very bulging eyes. He looks like one of those squish toys you squeeze and it pops out of his head. He has fangs and teeth there, and very blow mold body. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's the Tomlin logo. It's a bunny. It's a little difficult to see here, I know. But he doesn't have his clothes. His outfit is basically red stretch pants, like knee high, or just below the knees. And he kind of has this, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think, this blue jacket, kind of a thing around his neck. I'm going to put up the Tomlin page soon. I haven't finished it yet. Tomlin's just one of those things. There's so many. And finding the pictures these days after I shit-canned the old MegoLike.com website was a little difficult. But he's a very cool Tomlin figure. He's got the claw hands, if you will. He's molded completely in red. These are very blow mold type bodies, but they do have metal hinges, surprisingly. Unlike other cheap knockoffs, these actually have metal hinges, which actually works out better because those plastic hinges on like Lincoln Monsters and A-Highs and stuff have a tendency to break, and they suck when they do. So that's Yick. If you've never seen him, there he is. I believe Brent Sorensen from Brent Stalls may have done a recast of his head, but this is a very cool figure. I don't think I'll ever find the clothes on their own, but hey, you never know. It's possible. Crazier things I've found. I found a new Mego Zorro original for $19, so why not find this guy's clothes, right? Okay, there we go. All right, let's move over to the next thing. This I'm super also, and by the way, Chris, thank you very much. Chris sent that from California the same day that this left Massachusetts, and they got here at the same time. Go figure. I have no idea. The post office system is just crazy now. It really is. By the way, if you guys haven't liked or subscribed to the My Migo Like YouTube page, it'd be really cool if you did that. I'd appreciate it. You don't have to, but it'd be very cool. I've been putting a lot of shorts up, if you will, on there to get some people interested in some of the other stuff we have. So like I said, there's about 200 pages on mymigolike.com, and I thought most of the people in the group have already seen most of the pages, but there's people I speak to every day that have not. Okay, let me show you this. I'm so excited to have this. It's not complete, but it's so wickedly rare and ridiculous. I didn't even know it existed until the day that I bought this. And I have another part coming for this because I had some other things kind of in the series. And it's a 12-inch Great G.I. Joe Adventure Team knockoff vehicle. Okay, let me give you guys an idea what this is. I got to go see if I can find this. It might take a second. So give me 1 second to see if I have the other figure out, and then I'll show it to you. Give me 1 sec. Oh, the Tournament of Solitude is getting so big I can't keep track or anything in case I'm. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go without him because I don't see him here. All right, so we're gonna have to go without this. I was gonna show you the figure. I've shown him before. I only have him on a card, but I have some loose ones coming. So when the next vehicle comes, I'm showing to you. Okay. Back in the day when G.I. Joe Adventure Team was all the rage and people were going, their kids were getting them for Christmas or birthdays, whatever, and playing with them. They're fantastic. LJN, who was a competing company, who you guys would probably best know them if you're in Amigos for the SWAT series, the Rookie series, the Emergency series, which are from the TV shows of the 70s that they made. And LJN figures back in the day just incidentally had different kinds. They had kind of like Amigo style body. Then they had one where the wrist spins. They had another one with swivel in the bicep. They had ones where the feet were, it was like a ball and the foot would pop on. You could move in all directions. Other ones were hinged. So they had all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But they made a 12-inch figure called Mr. Action by LJN. And he's pretty much close to what would be the equivalent of Amigo Fighting Yank. But he was sold, just like Amigos Fighting Yank, to try and compete in a cheaper market against Hasbro's G.I. Joe, which is probably one of the most popular action figures of the time. And incidentally, Hasbro coined the term with, I believe, Don Levine, action figure, to try and get boys to get into, purchasing. Basically, it was dolls, but for boys. So instead of calling them dolls, we'll call them action figures, and kind of drove some excitement there. So they built 12-inch LJ Mr. Action, and this is one of the vehicles. It's not complete. It came as what they call a compact set, and this was called the Land Sea Sled. Now, but the idea was that he would lay down, and you can see that on the top here, like the pegs broke off. I've never seen one of these before in person, and I barely find anything online for it. There's some, but not a whole lot. But it's basically you would lay the figure on top here, and there was a bar that went over that he slid under, kind of like a roll bar, if you will. And then he would lay across, and he would drive his Land Sea Sled. So I guess the idea was that it could go across the land with its treads. And these are a very heavy rubber. I mean, like very heavy, but they're heavy rubber, not some cheap plastic. They're heavy rubber. Or I guess you could also go into the water, being that this is just basically a molded plastic. The only thing is the stickers would probably go to shit after they got wet. So let's see if it actually, is he supposed to move? Yes, actually, they actually move. So, okay, so the treads actually move. It's basically just these two spin. And I guess if we were to bring him down. The idea is you lay your figure across here. Yick, we're going to have to borrow you for a minute, although it would be a 12-inch version of a figure, not an 8-inch, although you could probably use it for whatever you want. And then you could bring him across the land or into the sea, although it's not working so on this table because I have this plastic cloth down. So I was so excited to get this. And I was so excited, but I don't think the guy knew what he had because he sold it for $24 shipped. And although it may just be a cheap piece of crap to you, it's a knockoff. It's a knockoff dream to guys that collect knockoff figures or into G.I. Joe and like all the knockoff stuff. I'm not really a big fan of Mr. Action himself. I did place an order for some. They have broken feet that might have to be fixed. But they came with another vehicle. There's a green vehicle that kind of looks like the yellow ATV vehicle. Or sorry, not the ATV, the Amphicat vehicle from G.I. Joe Search for the Homies Tomb, the yellow one with the 6 big treads on it. But it's green, and off the back it has a hook. Mine does not have the hook. That's typically lost. And put some other clips to put the gun on the side and so on. And yeah, I'm very excited to be getting that too. Just not extremely, it's just cheap plastic, but very, very cool. I don't even know if these were probably catalog orders only. I don't even know if these ever made it to store. To be honest, I've been doing some research, and the only thing I found so far is that they've been catalog orders. We could see the LJN logo down at the bottom there. There it is right there is LJN. Kind of looks like a, I don't know what the hell that is. Kind of like the top of a crescent moon or a smiley face, and LJN Toys made in Hong Kong. It's just completely, I love it. I know there's a bar that goes over the top here like this, and there's some, and I guess whatever one of the handles, I got to go find, there's some articles that have pictures of this from the magazine. I'm so excited to get this. So when Mr. Action comes, we're going to have to put a small shelf together for him with his ATV. There's also a mobile base tower, which is basically the ripoff of this G.I. Joe training tower. Now, this is 3 feet tall. It's humongous. And it's fantastic. And it came with 10 feet of string where G.I. Joe could swing down or go down on a zip line. But they had their own version of that. It was shorter. I think it was about 2 feet tall or so, but they ripped that off. They also had a helicopter, kind of a gyrocopter more than a helicopter, where G.I. Joe would kind of strap on and off he went. And they made some really cool stuff. Some of the other things that they made for LJN that you guys might not be aware of, other than the blister packs of outfits or the window boxes of outfits like G.I. Joe did. They made packages, and inside these packages they had accessories. Let's say it was the jungle set, and they came with camouflage and a gun and a light and all that stuff. But then inside of it there was a cardboard fold out, and you literally take it out of the box and you could fold it into like either like a room or a base or a headquarters, and had all kinds of graphics on. It's really cool, and they're quite expensive because they're very hard to find. Usually they were destroyed because they're cardboard. It's like, think of the old Mego play sets without any plastic over them. They were just cardboard. They would just, be gone. So very, very excited for today. Between the Final Faction stuff, Chris Simmons, thank you. The Yick is fantastic. I did have to get him off eBay and compete against whoever was bidding on him. I don't know, but I had to have him. The Tomlin shelf over there. Let me see if I can give you guys a little, see if you guys can see. But the Tomlin shelf over there is growing. It's basically full, and they're going to fall off the edges soon. So we're very excited for that. Like growing those Tomlins. I have another abominable snowman coming. And I think that makes us up to 8 or 9 of those guys. And then away we'll go, and we'll be done. And then, thank you, Amanda. Bringing me candy. Thank you, Amanda. What's that? Oh, thank you, because she doesn't eat that candy, so she gives it to me. Wonderful. All right, other than that and our LJN Land Sea Sled, I'll be putting a page up on mymegolike.com for Mr. Action soon enough. Probably going to start with the vehicles and then work away, because I found there is an endless supply of items, very similar to G.I. Joe. Just tons and tons of stuff on there you have to go through. But other than that, hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Please like and subscribe to the My Mego Like YouTube page, if you will. Check out mymegolike.com, and always feel free to post your collections, comments, and so on into our Facebook group, Miga Like. All right, guys. Peace.